Hey, Greg.
Hey, Tim.
How's it going?
It's going great. You?
Fantastic.
All right. Yeah.
So I was listening to the Eagles game this past week on, just headphones because I had a lot to do and just didn't have time to sit down for 3 hours and watch a game. And so it's all Merrill Reese for 3 hours. And it was funny. Like Merrill was having a hard time because the Eagles were playing Minnesota. And so Carson Wentz was filling in as the quarterback. So having Wentz and Hurts in the same game, there's a few times where Merrill was like, Wentz under center. I mean, Hurts under center. And there was one point where he was like, and we've got Minnesota playing against the Bears. And you could hear Mike Quick kind of like thinking out loud, like, Merrill? And then he's like, I mean the Eagles. But speaking of the Bears, they're doing quite well this year. And you're like, okay, Merrill, nice try.
He saved.
So, but it's funny. Just, I mean, that long hearing Merrill Reese just continuously was pretty awesome. So.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, he's the man.
Yeah, he is. And I hear he likes Nintendo. Have you heard this?
I think I heard a rumor that he was a big Nintendo fan.
I think it was, what was the football game that...
Tecmo Bowl?
Tecmo Bowl. I think he was a big Tecmo Bowl
Loved Tecmo Bowl, dude.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. It's funny. I didn't have it, which is kind of weird because we had all the sports games, but for some reason we didn't have Tecmo Bowl.
Really?
But a bunch of my friends had it, so I played it a lot. And then years later, one of my friends was like, hey, man, you want these Nintendo games? I'm like, sure. And so now I have Tecmo Bowl because he gave it to me. So.
Nice. Yeah. And then Bo Jackson was the...
Yeah, it was like if you had him. Yeah, if you had him on your team, it was like, you're done.
There's that Family Guy episode where Peter has Bo Jackson. He's like running him up and down the field, making everybody miss. Yeah. That's not far from
it's pretty close.
Yeah.
What other sports games were ones that you loved?
Nintendo, what was it? 40th anniversary?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
of Nintendo. This October 12th, 18th.
I think it was 18th. Yeah.
Something like that. That's crazy. 40 years, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many things that I'm in disbelief of how long
the time is flying. Yeah.
It's cool though that I still have my original one that it still works. Like when you think
you busted out Rob.
Yeah.
That episode. True. Remember?
Yeah, the Gyromite.
So cool.
Yeah. But when you think of like the fact that a 40-year-old piece of technology still works, and then like I was just talking to my dad the other night and he was upset because he just bought a TV like 3 or 4 years ago and it's failing already.
They don't build things like they used to.
Seriously. But yeah, the Nintendo is still going strong and it's fun.
Speaking of technology, I think that I've gone through about 4 refrigerators in my adult life where that crappy one in my parents' garage is probably still humming right along just fine.
Yeah. Well, I forget if I've mentioned this, but when we bought this house, it had a KitchenAid. But it was black. It was, not really the style of today. Everything's, at the time anyway, stainless steel. So we put it in the garage and we bought a new fridge. Now we're on the second or third one, and that original KitchenAid's still out there cooking away in the garage. Still going strong,
yeah. But anyway, back to Nintendo. Yeah. I was loving video games from Atari, and then Nintendo comes along and just does it. We thought nothing was better, right?
Yeah. When I think for us, for my brother and I, we had the Atari, but it was on our old little black and white TV. So when we played Atari, it was predominantly grays, except for we'd have like a sleepover at like a friend's house, and we'd hook it up to their big 25-inch color Zenith, so you could see all the magenta, yellow, and blue that was the Atari games. But when we got our Nintendo, my dad got us a little 20-inch Zenith color TV that was just for the Nintendo. So it was a big step in graphics, and it was a huge step in color.
The graphics were kind of cheesy when you look at it, but like the hidden stuff. Like especially with Mario Brothers, this tunnel did this. If you hit this third block, it takes you to negative world. Adults didn't know about it. It was kind of like a secret.
Yeah, and that the games could handle that much more, just gameplay in general. Like that there were, so many more worlds in Mario, and like even Atari Pac-Man. There'd be a little variation between the boards, but overall it was just the same over and over and over. So it was such a huge jump.
Such a huge jump between the graphics and the depth of the gameplay. Zelda.
Oh my gosh.
Final Fantasy. I mean, it was just
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was so awesome.
Now, I think it was the year that we got our Nintendo. My parents had been doing some work on our house. So there was a guy in there doing drywall.
Okay.
And, you know, drywall dust will kind of, it just gets everywhere.
Yeah.
And it got into the Nintendo and it just stopped working.
Oh, no.
Like you'd hit the button and it would just flash and it would stop and it would flash and
all
stop.
that dust got in there.
And so I think my parents ended up sending it back to Nintendo or somewhere to get it repaired.
Really?
So we had this like 2 weeks where we were without our Nintendo and it was like we were addicts, just like, when is it going to be back? When are we going to get the Nintendo back? And I think we were playing, I want to say, I think we were playing Zelda at the time.
Oh,
so
my
we were
gosh.
just
So that's like a continuation of a story.
yeah, we were just like out of our minds that we had to stop like partway through. But yeah, Zelda was awesome. That was such a great game. Loved that.
And I didn't play Zelda, but I did play the Final Fantasy.
Okay.
So though that was my jam.
Did you play Link then either, or none of the?
No,
the Zeldas?
not till later. I did play a couple of them like years later, but not like that original. You know, when it first came out. Yeah. We were about Double Dragon. Oh, the time I spent Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the hardest game ever. It was just torture.
Yeah.
What was another one? Oh, I love the Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
That was another one that was really cool because you didn't follow it A to Z. You could kind of like...
It was almost like open world to some degree.
To some, as much as it can, you know, in
that world.
In that world, but yeah, it was cool. So you didn't always have to go, you know, the right through it. You kind of went your own way, which I thought was so cool. Yeah. I mean, that was awesome. Yeah.
I think we got really into Castlevania.
Oh, yeah.
This is not related in the style of game, but do you remember Double Dribble, the basketball game?
Oh, heck yeah. I love that game.
We played so much Double Dribble. It was insane.
Yeah.
We actually got our parents to try to play Double Dribble. They were not good, but they tried. And it was
that the
fun.
one where you could punch?
I think Double Dribble was mainly just
No, I'm thinking of doing that.
Yeah, Double Dribble was basketball, and it would do the like slow motion like dunks where it would like change the graphics to be like photorealistic.
Yes.
Yeah. You know.
Do you remember the one where you could punch, the basketball game?
I don't remember that.
Oh, I can't remember the name of that. Was fun.
Yeah.
Nintendo did great with the hockey too.
Yeah, Blades of Steel.
Yeah.
Which was a huge jump from ice hockey on Atari.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't compare.
Yeah.
I remember my neighbor had the ice hockey game though, where you could like pick the size of your player.
Oh, really?
The super skinny guy, the fat guy, or the middle guy, and they each had their own attributes to the size.
I kind of remember that. Yeah. I don't remember the name of it.
I don't either, but I always just thought that was like so cool. You could kind of pick your player. Which, looking at what's out today, it's
oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
I mean, Jack plays the MLB of the show.
Oh my gosh.
And like you could spend hours just in the character manipulation, and like he would do all these crazy things where the guy would be like close to 300 pounds and like, but could hit the ball out of the park like 600 feet or something. Yeah.
And my all-time favorite Nintendo game, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I loved that. I love it today.
Yeah.
That game. I mean, is there anything better?
No. And just the emotional roller coaster of playing that game where, you start out and you're like, it's almost too easy. The first couple bouts where you're like,
Glass Joe, please.
Just
Kaiser, come on. Yeah.
But then by the end, like, just like the intensity of being able to dodge just at the right time and not, if you got hit, you're just, in some cases you get hit once or twice and you're done.
Yep. Yeah.
And you would battle and battle and battle and battle. And then you get hit and you'd be like, no.
I had a few temper tantrums over that. I'm not going to lie.
I'm pretty sure I was the middle child. So my brother definitely was he was the hotter head of the two of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know those controllers got whipped quite a few times because, you would work, so hard to get to that,
Yeah.
And then if you have to go back, and try again. And we have, pieces of paper, with the codes on them. I think a few times we took photographs, and then you'd have to like take them and get the film developed, and you'd have these random pictures of a TV with nine digits on it. Oh man, it was such a huge part of just. I mean, I always, I say my son's on computer too much and playing too much video games, but I know there were summers that we'd go outside a little bit and ride our bikes, but most of the time we were playing Nintendo.
I think we did a good healthy mix.
Yeah.
I think that we wanted to go ride our bikes, but on rainy days, on early mornings or late, then that would be Nintendo till late at night.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the random games that we had.
How about this one? This was, and I got to find this one because I loved it, and it was such a dumb game. Marble Madness.
I remember the name. I don't think I had it then.
So it was a very 3D blocky game, and you were a marble, and it would be like I guess it was supposed to be kind of like physics a little bit. Like it would go downhill, and you had to slow it and move it up and around these terrains to get it from point A to point B in this like 3D scene. So that was just one I remembered because it was kind of unique. It wasn't the same like shooting game or whatever. It was just kind of different.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, it's funny you mentioned shooting because like the advent of actually having a blaster.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
You know, the one we got, it had Rob, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned that.
Lucky.
And then we had the gun too. And so
Yeah.
the zapper to be able to play duck hunt. We played it more than we should have, but it was just so fun to actually, hold like a, zapper and shoot. And
absolutely.
It was just fun. And then did you have Hogan's Alley, which was
No, I know it. Yeah, but I did not have Hogan's Alley.
That was funny. There was a kid on my bus that for whatever reason, I don't know if he was wanted to get a new bike or something, but he decided he wanted to sell off a bunch of his Nintendo games.
Oh.
And so I got Hogan's Alley for like $3 or $5 or something like that on the bus.
Is it good?
It's fun. I mean, it's similar. It's just like, I think it's almost like, I want to say, I think it was in Men in Black when they're giving him like the test where he has to like shoot, and it's like a little girl that comes up and there's like criminals and stuff, and he has to shoot the right ones. It's kind of like that where it's like a criminal pop up and you have to shoot them, but then it's like an old lady, with like groceries or something, so you're not supposed to shoot that one.
Yeah.
It was fun.
My brother and he had I can't remember what system it was, but it was the one that had like Virtua Fighter, Virtua Cop. Do you remember? I can't remember the name.
I remember
of
the names
system.
of those, but I don't remember.
And Virtua Cop was same thing where people would come up, but my brother and I played that like we knew every like we would finish that game and like not even be hit once. We were like yeah.
Now I feel like was that also, did they have a version of that was like the actual cabinet that they have it?
Yes.
Because I think I played that more at the arcade versus
what the heck system was that?
I don't know.
I can't remember. It was the one that had Tomb Raider.
Okay. Was that like PlayStation 1 then?
Maybe it was the first play. I can't remember.
I feel like that might have been PlayStation 1.
Yeah. Or no, it was Sega. Wasn't it all the Sega stuff? Because Sega was the remember Virtual Fighter?
I mean, I remember, again, I never had Sega. So like whenever I played it was always at somebody else's house and it'd be like,
5 minutes.
I just don't remember all the stuff. But maybe it was Sega. I know Sega had a ton of games that were both in the arcade and also obviously on the console.
Yeah. I'll have to. I'm gonna ask them and see. Like, what system was that? Because I don't think it was the PlayStation, but Tomb Raider was the PlayStation. This was a different system.
Now, did you guys have Sega or you just had Nintendo?
Well, my brother had this one Sega system. I can't remember the name of it, but I was a Nintendo person. I had Nintendo, and then I got the Super Nintendo, the next one.
Yeah.
And then I even got the Nintendo 64.
Right.
So I didn't play it that much. At that time, I was working and I just...
Yeah. I think by the time I played a fair amount of Super Nintendo. But then when we got 64, I feel like that was more my sister played that.
Oh, okay.
Than we did. And I think she still has it, actually. I'll have to track it down.
So we were playing it on that game that has the 80 different games on it. But Donkey Kong Country... Yeah, that was probably the last game I played that I was like into. Yeah, like super duper into. Yeah. But I played a lot of Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, and I feel like from a graphics standpoint,
so cool.
It was really good, and even like the soundtrack, the sound effects of like all the way the things would like rattle within the whatever the barrels and everything. Like it was. Yeah. It was really good soundtrack.
And if you paused, I think if you're just sitting there, the monkey would kind of like scratch his head or whatever. Like,
like he was waiting for you to come back.
Yeah, it was well done.
It was really good. And I feel like some of the Easter egg elements of like the original Mario where you'd go down a pipe or whatever.
There was tons of those.
Donkey Kong Country had a ton of that where you'd like run behind something or jump,
boing,
3 times higher than you thought you had to, and you'd find, the hidden... I think you spelled out... Did you spell out?
Oh, yeah.
I forget if you were spelling out Kong or something like that.
Yeah. That was good. That was good stuff, man.
Yeah.
And Nintendo knew how to, make fun games.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with all of the game systems nowadays is they're all one-player games. They're all meant to go online to play with other people. I think Nintendo is the only one that still tries to make social together games, where everything else is like, there's no, because I still try to like play games with the kids just to try to like do something or whatever. And like we're playing the very first Battlefront because there's nothing else that offers like that split screen kind of fun environment, at least, that we found. So that's kind of lame.
Yeah. From that standpoint, like, it's been years, but like when we had the first Wii,
right?
And we would play like Just Dance, like the four of us. Did you ever have
not just dance, but the bowling and the
Wii Sports and Wii Resorts? I think where it'd be like water skiing and just all kinds of random fun stuff.
Yeah,
but, those were great. But I think Nintendo just put out Switch.
The new one,
the Switch
one, right?
2 just came out, and like we got a Switch at some point, and it was fun. But like Mario Odyssey was like the newest version of Mario, and it was like open world, and it was massive, and there were elements of the original built into it, so you'd like jump into a wall as like a 3D character, and then all of a sudden you'd go 2D. And you would play across like a billboard.
That's cool.
And then you jump out the other side and you'd be back to your 3D version. And it was fun, but it was just so massive that I played maybe 2% of the game. And I'm like, I just can't. Adulting sucks, but I don't have time to dedicate, 300 hours of my life to Mario Odyssey.
So as a kid, I would play the especially Mario more than the others, to look for all the secrets. I'd be like, I can't go by until I break that block, and look to see if this pipe goes down. And you can't do that on the games because they're so big. Yeah. Like you just, you don't have time either. But it's like, oh wait, but we left that back there.
Yeah. Which is funny. That made me think of the book Ready Player One.
Yes.
Where that whole concept of that book is, sort of built on, gaming and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But that they would have created this virtual world that's massive, like a solar system. And they've hidden 3 Easter eggs in that massive world.
Yeah.
And that people have been going on for years trying to find them.
It could be anywhere.
And just within one of these games that they've created, it would be crazy to try to dig through and find, every little hidden thing behind every little rock. And it'd be nuts if someone actually built something like that.
I know. And I feel like we're not that far from the... what did they call it? I don't remember. That's a great book, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, The Oasis.
The Oasis, yeah. So good.
Yeah, it was a good book. I really enjoyed it. But as far as, any other Nintendo games.
All right, how about some accessories? Did you have any accessories? Yeah. We had the gun and that, and I had a couple of controllers, some, that you could switch and wrap it and stuff, but did you have like the mat? Do you remember those?
We didn't know. I think the only thing that we really had, like you, we had the alternate controller, which was the the NES Advantage, which was the really big one. That the joystick was more like at an arcade. Buttons were huge. You could do the rapid fire. We had like a non-Nintendo, like aftermarket. Some other company made a little. It was a mini joystick that had the rapid fire and stuff, but it was not Nintendo brand.
Okay.
Oh, we had these things. They were plastic. You would clip it over the controller. Oh. So it would have a little like mini plastic joystick.
Oh, over the D-pad.
Yeah.
Nice.
Those were kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
But yeah, other than that, I can't think of any. Did you have the?
I don't. We had one extra. Like we had normal ones. We had a couple of the ones that were like more ergonomic.
Yeah.
But that was about it. The only thing we had beyond that was, and it wasn't even mine. It was my cousin's that I borrowed. Do you remember the Genie?
I remember. Yeah.
That would you could do all kinds of weird code.
Okay.
On top, like you would take the game, put it into the Genie, and then put the Genie into the thing, and it would do like all kinds of weird, stuff. I don't even remember all the kind of crazy open world, like it was just weird stuff. I'm gonna have to look. Maybe
I'm gonna track one of those down.
Yeah,
I don't know that any of my friends. I remember it being advertised, but I never had one. I never played one.
Oh, it was wild. It would just change the game. Like you could do different, all kinds of bonus kind of stuff. It would open up every cheat. If I remember, you would get an idea of like for Duck Hunt, you could do these 3 cheats with it.
Okay.
Which would be like change the duck to a goose, or unlimited lives, extra speed, those kind of stuff. Yeah. Really change it up. So we should see if we could find one of those.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like there were so many of like the original Nintendo issued games, like obviously Duck Hunt and Mario and Excite Bike and all those. But then there was like Contra, like that was like graphically was like another step, where, the characters were a little more detailed and
a little shading on the muscles.
Yeah. But those games, they were just awesome. Loved Contra.
Yes. Yeah. Contra was great because you didn't have to think. It was like go shoot and blow stuff up.
Just keep running in one direction. And then obviously, I mean, that led to the quintessential cheat code that everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
It's even been, I was saying it the other night jokingly about something, and Nora was like, oh, that's in the song from some movie. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, they sing a song together. It's, I don't know if it's Juno. It might be Juno.
Oh, that would make sense because Juno is kind of an older movie.
Yeah, I think it might be Juno. But there's a song that she sings with, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name.
Sarah? Michael Cera. Yeah.
And I think, in the course of that song, they're up, down, left, right. And they do the whole thing. And so when I said it, she's like, oh, I know that. And I was like, oh, why would you know that? But obviously it was.
That's so funny. From a song. I didn't even remember that because I saw Juno.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that could be 20 years ago.
Easily. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Good stuff. Up, down, left, right. BAB, select, start.
Yeah. You have 30 lives.
Yeah. And you're going to need every one of them for Contra.
That's right. And the only other, sort of similar because it was like a, military inspired game. And, we've spent way too many hours playing. When I was a kid, my brother and my neighbor, and we played it just endlessly, Ikari Warriors.
That is brutal.
Yeah.
That's one of the more brutal ones.
Yeah.
Even with the code.
Yeah, I think without the code, it's 3 lives.
You don't even get past the first level if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Or if you're lucky, you'll get past the first level. Yeah.
I read a blog about a guy who he would pick a game and try to beat the games with the original whatever they gave you.
Oh, yeah.
And he beat Ikari Warriors, but I forget how many. It was like 260 some hours of gameplay until he finally beat the game with just the 3.
I can't imagine. I don't know how you would do it.
Yeah. And I was like, I know as a kid I spent a lot of time, but as an adult to take that many hours of your life just to beat a Nintendo game.
Are you like independently wealthy where you could just sit around playing Ikari Warriors all the time?
Yeah. He's writing in for like government grants to get money to sit at home and play Nintendo.
And to, tell our listeners a little bit about what Tim and I do in our downtime. We tried to beat Ikari Warriors. We spent a long time and we got to this one level and we were like, what's happening? Where are we supposed to do? And nothing. And eventually turned off, right? Or time ran out.
The timer.
Right?
Well, there's also the bombs that just sort of come from the top.
The bombs were randomly.
I think we both died and then we didn't reset because we just were wandering around and then realized
there was a hidden staircase or something like that. Oh, and then we were like, we should beat it again. No, we're not.
One day.
And we were like just probably had to move to the left and it would have taken us into the thing.
We were like that close.
Brutal.
Yeah. Good times.
Thank you, Ikari Warriors.
Really. So, this has been fun though, kind of reminiscing our experience with Nintendo, but maybe we come back and actually, dig into the history a little bit more of the NES 40-year anniversary.
I like it. I like it.
All right, cool.
All right. Can't get enough Latch-Key Dad content? Well, check out latchkeydads.com.
That's right, Greg. On our website, we've got a plethora of photos from each episode, as well as other interesting links to content that we talk about on the show.
Yeah, Tim, I really enjoy all the pictures that you put up there as they really bring the episode home.
Yeah, I guess I'm not afraid to show those embarrassing photos of my childhood. So, we encourage you to check out the website, latchkeydads.com, for all that content.
Excellent. And if you have a moment, check out our shop page where we've got really cool keychains for sale. If you don't know what to get your dad for Christmas, the holidays, Father's Day, birthday, check it out. It's a cool gift. Tim, did you know that listeners should like, review, and subscribe to the Latch-Key Dads podcast?
No. But now I know. Knowing is half the battle.